For years, we've all known the name of the game, Google, right? But right now, there's this massive, seismic shift happening right under our feet. So today, we're going to talk about the new frontier of search. And we're going to ask a really critical question. When customers ask an AI about your industry, does your brand even show up? Okay, let's get into it. Look, the fundamental way people find stuff online is changing. And it's not just changing, it's changing in a huge, huge way. This isn't some trend that's 5 years out. No, it is happening right now as we speak, and it is picking up speed every single day. And you know, the numbers, well, they don't lie. We're seeing Google's long-held dominance start to slip, while ChatGPT's share has just exploded. We're talking an 800% jump in just over a year. That's not a little dip, that is a massive signal that user behavior is fundamentally changing. And here's why that matters for your business. Referral visits, actual clicks from AI platforms, are up a wild 357% in the last year alone. People aren't just messing around with these tools. They're clicking through, they're ready to buy, making this a channel that you absolutely cannot afford to ignore anymore. So this really brings us to the question that every single marketer, every brand owner needs to be asking themselves. You put in all that work, all that money into SEO, you got to the top of Google. Fantastic. But does any of that actually matter when a customer asks ChatGPT or Gemini or Perplexity for a recommendation? Are you even part of the conversation?
Let's keep going, because this is where it gets a little scary. The real problem here is that being great at the old roles, rankings, keywords, backlinks, it gives you zero guarantee that you'll be visible in this new world. You could be #1 on Google and be a complete ghost to AI.
And here's the kicker. A whopping 78% of marketers aren't even tracking this stuff. They're not looking at their visibility on AI platforms at all. That means most brands are just flying totally blind, with no clue if they're being recommended, totally ignored, or even worse, being misrepresented. And the stakes could not be higher. That traffic that is coming from AI platforms, it converts at over 14%, compared to less than 3% from Google. That's 5 times higher. Now, why is that? It's all about intent. These users are asking really specific, complex questions. They're way further down the buying journey, which makes this traffic unbelievably valuable. So how in the world do we adapt? Well, the game has changed, and so have the roles. We've got to stop obsessing just over keyword rankings and backlinks. In the age of AI, what really matters are things like citations. Is the AI mentioning you? Entities. Does the AI truly understand who you are and what you do? And how well does your content actually answer the very specific questions people are asking? Now, I know this can sound like a lot, but don't worry, there is a way to get your arms around this whole thing. What we need is a new framework, a new way of thinking about and measuring your brand's visibility where it really counts now. And when you start looking for tools to help, this is basically your cheat sheet. Any good tool has to cover all the big AI platforms, right? It has to give you insights you can actually do something with. It needs to show you how you stack up against your competition, plug right into your content workflow, and, of course, prove its own worth with clear reports. So this is what winning actually looks like. These are the KPIs, the numbers that matter now. We're talking about getting more brand mentions, making sure what the AI says about you is actually accurate, owning your space against competitors, and of course, driving that super high converting traffic. This is how you connect what you're doing directly to the bottom line. Okay, so we get the problem, we know what success looks like. Now what? How do we actually do it? Let's talk about the different kinds of tools popping up to help you win in this new landscape. First up, you've got your all-in-one platforms, something like Contently. These are pretty powerful because they don't just point out the problem, they actually connect the data right into your content creation process, so you can fix it. It's like a complete loop from insight straight to action. Then you have the specialists, like Profound. These are for the teams that really want to go deep, the data nerds. They focus laser sharp on the analytics, the mentions, the tracking, giving you this incredibly detailed picture of your AI search presence. And finally, of course, you've got the big SEO players like SEMrush. They're building these LLM tracking features right into their existing platforms. This is a pretty great option if your team is already living and breathing in that ecosystem and you just want to add AI visibility into your existing workflow. And listen, this stuff isn't just theory. It really, really works. Just look at this. A real company saw a 47% jump in their AI citations in just 4 months after getting serious about this.
It just goes to show you that with the right focus and the right tools, you can get big results and you can get them fast.
The most important thing is not to get overwhelmed and do nothing. The time to act is right now. So I'm going to give you a super simple 4-week plan to get started and take control of your brand's AI visibility.
Here it is. It's that simple. Week 1, just go to ChatGPT, go to Gemini, and start asking the questions your customers would ask. See what happens. Week 2, make a real list of your most important questions. Week 3, pick a tool that can track this for you automatically. And by week 4, you're already making your content better based on what you learned. It's a totally manageable, powerful way to start. So, I'll just leave you with this one last thought. Whether you're paying attention or not, AI is already talking about your brand. It's forming an opinion, and it's sharing that opinion with your potential customers every single day. The only real question is, are you going to be a part of that conversation? Or are you just going to let it happen without you?